As many of you know, in one of my most recent videos, I practiced Inkling for 3 days and entered a tournament. My tournament run was, let's say, not the best. Last time was not good enough and I got only 17th, but I wanted to get much higher. I thought to myself, one more day is all I need to get a higher placing with Inkling, and today is the day. There was no practice beforehand like in the 3-day challenge. But I remembered the most important parts about Inkling and I thought a little warm-up session in Elite Smash before the tournament was enough for me to get the Inkling going. Right off the bat, I thought I picked the wrong character on the select screen because look at those Mario-esque ladder combos against this wolf player. But wouldn't you know it, I'm still a little squid. If there's a constant matter in this universe, it is me forgetting about the B button during Inkroller. I think my brain is on max capacity right now and this Inkroller can't be filled in anymore. But you know what can be filled in? Up air drag downs. I implemented them into my combo game and it worked out quite well. We got some cool new things in my gameplay and some already existing techniques got unfortunately a little bit rusty like the Booyah confirm. But this is what the Elite Smash session is all about, for a quick warm-up and de-rust. Oh yeah, and immediately afterwards I found my bracket demon as well. Everybody guess now how this game went. Yeah, I definitely didn't want to encounter a DDD player in my bracket path. Also, I want to address why I got hit by Chat Hammer. I had a massive brain fart and confused DDD's Chat Hammer with Kirby's Hammer, which doesn't have armor. So yeah, that one is on me. I hopefully learned my lesson. During my warm-up, Twitch chat asked me why I have a no backseating rule on the tournament streams and what backseating exactly is in this case. To put it simply, backseating is to tell somebody, in this case me, how to play the game or how to proceed in a game. So when Twitch chat suggests stages for me or tells me how my opponent plays, it falls under the backseating rule. For me, this is kinda like coaching somebody during the set. The other attendees probably play the bracket on their own. And I have a lot of people who could potentially give me advice for the current matches. That is why I have a no backseating rule during the tournaments, to not gain an unfair advantage over my opponent. I just want to clarify that really quickly, because this question got asked a lot and you guys on YouTube might want to know the reasoning as well. Anyway, after my warm-up session was over, I headed onto the Start GG page and checked in on my set against my first opponent. Broadbox, a Dr. Mario player. For me, the tournament has officially started. Winners round 2 against Broadbox, the Dr. Mario player. In the beginning of the match we both traded hits back and forth. Shortly after, Broadbox got in the lead, only having 54% and finishing off my stock with a down tilt into up B confirm. I answered back quickly, getting Broadbox into kill percent with a few 2-hit combos. One ill-advised up B out of shield was enough to take the stock with a forward smash. This game looked very even again and we both racked up a ton of percent with me dealing a tiny bit more and taking the second stock with the Booyah confirm and probably bad DI as well. I dealt 63% to Broadbox before going down to a back air from center stage. Everything was looking in my favor, but then Broadbox got one back air, launching me into tech situation. Broadbox guessed the normal getup correctly and killed me with a quick down throw into down B confirm, starting at 59%. They killed way too early! While Mario benefits a lot more from better movement, Dr. Mario is the version who packs a stronger punch and just destroys stocks in an instant. Even though this match turned around quickly, I knew that I can win against him. Next match I decided to go on Hollow Bastion and immediately got a huge lead through my advantage state. Broadbox answered back with good spaced aerials and almost got a jab lock combo out of me. At this point I thought my stock is gone, but I lucked out. Then Broadbox went down to one of my forward airs. I carried on my momentum onto the second stock as well and brought Broadbox to very high percent. When I dash attacked onto the Dr. Mario player's shield, I thought my stock is gone. However, Broadbox was a little bit too late on the up B out of shield trigger and I was able to punish the attempt and even take the stock out of it. My first stock finally went down to a back air, but at this point it is hard for anybody to bring back a game. I started off again by quickly racking up the percent and was predicting and punishing almost every option. For Broadbox it was a little too late and I took the last stock with an offstage forward air, securing my first win in the set. What's your motivation that's driving you right now? So basically my motivation is content. In game 3, Broadbox went back to Pokemon Stadium 2 and it started off like the first game. We both traded hits back and forth, before my stock went down to another down B. Oh, fuck me, my spacing was off. I sent my opponent offstage with a back air. They fast-falled and tried to go for a low recovery, but the Dr. Mario player got a little bit too low and technically SD'd. I think he wanted to take me with him. Seeing the direction of their jump, I assumed they tried to get my stock early with footstool and it didn't work out, which is at so high percent an okay attempt to make, especially when you're offstage with Dr. Mario and might lose the stock anyway. On the second stock I kept Broadbox offstage as long as possible and they got reminded about the major weakness of Dr. Mario, his recovery. No, he's done, he's Dr. Mario! It's kinda ironic how a character who's a doctor is unable to recover. I got my opponent onto 53%, but suddenly they turned into Cloud and bombarded me with back airs on the ledge. A lot of back airs. The spacing and timing from Broadbox was too good and I was too impatient, lost my second stock. Game 3 was getting closer and closer. We both had only one stock left and Broadbox slowly but surely evened out the percent. We both were at about 130%, but nobody was going down so easily. And then I tried something I didn't do in the entire set, the El Clasico. Rolling towards the ledge, grabbing and using my back throw to secure the stock and win the set. Oh, let's go, I got him. Oh, close. If I missed that grab, I was dead. GG's to Broadbox. This was only winners round 2 and already so down to the wire. Fun fact, by the way, last weekend we held our monthly community tournament Smash the Pot live on Twitch where Broadbox entered as well. They got 4th place in our community tournament. I don't talk so much about it on YouTube, but usually it is on the last Sunday of the month. However, I don't know when it's gonna be on December because of all the Christmas stuff going on. If you want to get informed about it and see the action live or even want to participate, it is best to take a look at the weekly schedule I'm posting on Twitch and our Discord. Okay, enough with the quick shameless plug, let's get back to the video. Winners round 3 against Moon, the Terry player. We started off on small battlefield with both of us getting a few hits in. One strong input burning knuckle was enough to take my stock on the ledge at 98%. I didn't gain too much damage on my second stock and quickly answered back with a forward smash punish on the Terry player's burning knuckle. Ink rollers were doing a lot of work against my opponent and my spacing against him was on point as well. I barely got punished for anything. It was looking amazing for me on my second stock, but then I was a little bit too optimistic on my edge guard and my stock got destroyed for it. What? What? The lead was gone at this point, but the Terry player had a lot of percent and I quickly took care of the stock with an Ink roller into up smash. The rest of the game was a constant back and forth again with the slight edge for my opponent in terms of percent. And I kept this slight edge over me and brought down my stock with another burning knuckle. Of course, just goes for the burst option again. Bro! Like the first set, I was again in a 1-0 deficit and had to bring this set all around in my favor. If this match taught me anything, it was that I can definitely do this and that I just have to be more careful. My game plan is not bad at all. I'm spacing my moves correctly, I use my movement to bait my opponents and punish them, but sometimes I'm just getting a little bit too careless and lose my stock for it. This has to change. Well, the second game started on Hollow Bastion again, and it definitely didn't start as I wanted it to be. I lost my first stock after a roll-in down-tilt burning knuckle combo, the classic, you know, and I received 59% before taking down the Terry player's stock after a nice jump call-out. Yes, let's go. Okay. I pushed the Terry player after one grab to 66% and evened everything out again. But then I did one simple mistake again and double jump from the ledge with an attack. I lost my stock for it to another burning knuckle. I feel like I'm playing 90% of the game perfectly and the other 10% my brain goes unga bunga and I'm making really bad mistakes resulting in a stock loss. The Terry player had go meter now and I got almost hit by Buster Wolf but lucked out. This would have dealt so much damage to my last stock, making a comeback even harder. But thank goodness this happened and I could take the stock off with only 41% on my side. I'm still in there! And all of a sudden, I was finally able to see myself on a lead against Moon. My option coverage with Splat Bomb was on point here and I saw a way to win this game. To end the game, I borrowed a trick from many Terry players. Roll in into attack, and so I did and finished this game off with a forward smash. The score was 1-1 and Moon decided to go on Town and City. Personally, I don't have anything against Town and City with Inkling. I like the occasional FD layout and the platform height. With a good edge guard, I can take stocks with back air and forward air early as well, or kill with my Ink roller into forward smash. However, I need to watch out for Terry's ability to kill with Buster Wolf, Burning Knuckle and Power Dunk off the side. And while saying all of this, I called out the Terry player's jump from the platform with a forward air and took their stock. That's a good lead, 36%! Moon inflicted a lot of damage onto me, but this time I was the squid who lives through KO moves like Burning Knuckle. I got a huge string going, damaging Moon more and more. And the Ink roller was doing an amazing job again, getting more percent onto Moon and even taking the stock with a forward smash. One more, 2 stocks ahead! I had 3 stocks and Moon had only 1 stock left. The perfect situation for me. My percent was already racking up, so of course I lost the stock at some point to one of Terry's kill moves. I took the game pretty slowly and instead of trying to find my way in, I stuffed out Moon's approaches. And when I found an opportunity for Ink roller, I used it for more damage. At the end, Moon was unable to take my stock and I finished the game with the Booyah confirm of Inkling. Oh, let's go! I got it with a 2 stock as well. GG's to Moon, a great Terry player. Winners round 4 against Frogi, the Greninja main. If there's one thing I'm bad against online, and no, I don't mean DDD players, it is fast and slippery characters. I am more of a reactionary player in most circumstances, and online it is tough for me to play against characters with fast movement or a small hitbox. And Greninja has both. The match started on Final Destination with probably the worst possible beginning. A 0 to death against me. Frogy already took me by surprise only 15 seconds into the game and managed to get me into such a huge deficit. I got a little bit of percent onto Frogy, however this frog was ruthless and pushed the advantage state more and more. After I jumped near the ledge over their wood, I thought I had enough time to punish the forward smash attempt. However, this was Frogy's plan all along, and their own wood extended the hitbox of the forward smash, catching me while descending towards the Greninja player. As you can see, I was in a terrible spot. 1 stock versus 3 stocks is not a position you want to be in, but something had to be done. I took Frogy's stock with a forward smash on the ledge and slowly but surely racked up more and more percent onto the Greninja player. After a failed counter from Frogy, I took their stock with a quick back throw near the ledge. And from a 1-2-3 stock deficit, I brought it all the way back to only a huge percent difference. I inflicted 40% damage on them, but then I got hit by one of the most hated moves possible. A counter.
Oh, come on. Really, the counter? Ah!
It is never a good feeling to lose a stock because you connected a move, but it is what it is. If this situation showed me one thing, it is that I can definitely do it. I almost managed to get a comeback going, and I just had to carry this momentum towards the rest of the set. The second game started off already better. I mean, it cannot get any worse than a 0 to death right off the bat, am I right? We both got each other into kill percent, and my up air was almost able to take the stock off the frog. However, Frogy reversaled my splat bomb trap with a counter and took the stock off of me.
Oh, what?
A quick in-crawler into up smash took care of the Greninja player's stock shortly after. The second stock started off as the first stock. We both traded our hits back and forth before ultimately I lost my second stock before Frogy.
Okay.
Just to quickly answer back with a kill move on my own to even it out again. On our last stock I tried my hardest to somehow get percent in, while Frogy quickly hit a dash attack onto me, launching my Inkling to the right platform of small battlefield, and this is where the frame trapping began, resulting in my stock loss and the set loss as well. My winners round wasn't meant to be, and Frogy advanced to winners round 5 and I had to go into losers round 5. GG's to Frogy, your Greninja is very good. There I was again, in the loser's side of the bracket, but my objective was clear. I didn't wanna go out of the tournament without a fight, and I want to make top 8 by any means necessary. I want to make my Inkling justice, and so the next round started. Losers round 5 against Titty, the King K. Rool player. We started off on Hollow Bastion. The K. Rool player almost took my stock very fast with a back air spike, but I was ready to take it. Scary situation. They threw the crown in the middle of the stage and I thought I can punish it in time with Inkling's fast movement. But I was proven wrong and paid for it with my stock.
That was good. I thought I can get in there and grab.
At least now I know this going forward into the set. A quick booyah took care of Titty's first stock. Now I was here, on the ledge. One of the scariest places against many heavy characters, and Titty showed me their entire arsenal of projectiles and ledge traps, ultimately resulting in my stock loss with a back air spike, and leaving me an entire stock behind the K. Rool player. I tried to answer back with my combo game, but it always seemed like my attempts just got answered back threefold with me getting damaged more and more. Finally, I got a very good combo going, getting the K. Rool player from 36% all the way up to 125%. And almost getting a stock off with a forward smash after the bury. But unfortunately I mistimed it. A little while later I finally got it though with a splat bomb forward smash. As you can see, I already had a lot of percent and I knew it is either I get hit and lose, or somehow I bring it back. But the difference was unfortunately just too big of a mountain to climb and I lost the game to a forward air.
Okay, he got me.
And once again, I was behind 1-0 in a set in this tournament. Always bringing back sets is an exhausting task and definitely something I didn't look forward to. But it is what it is. Maybe the more I play in the sets, the better it goes for the rest of the tournament as well. Next game we played on Pokemon Stadium 2. I got Titty to 77% until they grabbed me and got a bury up tilt on me, taking away my first stock.
Yeah.
The K. Rool player managed to get a lot of extra credit on me, but then it was finally my time to shine. I got one fair from the ledge, resulting in a chase situation. So I pulled out my in-crawler and from there on out, the advantage was on my side and one up throw into up air was sealing the stock once again. From there onward, I played a very patient game and my objective was to outmaneuver the King K. Rool player and play a good defensive game. I cannot let myself get hit anymore by any projectiles or reverses from the belly armor. Titty was hitting my shield with an up tilt at 160%. and my forward air took care of the stock. Shortly after, I paid for it with the good old blunderbuss kill, and we both ended up at 1 stock.
Wait, was my DI yet?
They got me to already 130% on my last stock, and my opponent was at only 53%. This was potential tournament game, by the way, so if I lose this stock, I am out. I was trying to play as safe as possible and almost got the stock several times with an ink roller or an up throw up air confirm again, and then this happened. I felt like I got the win condition in my hand. K. Rool's crown. I kept Titty on the ledge and said one more time, you drop this king, and I was finally able to close out the game with the own crown and move on to game 3.
Whew, 1-1, let's go.
The last game of the set was in Hollow Bastion, and I found myself in a situation where I don't have to bring back games and gained the lead after a nasty splat bomb pineapple under the stage where Titty was unable to recover.
Alrighty, only 49%.
I inflicted 57% more extra credit onto my opponent before going down to another blunderbuss kill. As the first stock, the second stock was again in my favor. I got a bunch of openings and percent while only gaining 61% before I killed the K. Rool player with my forward air. Once I am in a good lead with Inkling, I know I can play extra safe, stuffing out approaches and using my movement to my advantage. My stock went down to another blunderbuss, but not before getting a ton of percent onto the K. Rool player. We both were on our last stock, but in this moment I had the upper hand. I got my opponent with a dash attack and predicted the double jump over the ledge with a splat bomb. They used their belly armor with a neutral air to negate the knockback, but I was ready to get a grab in on the landing and using this opportunity to take the stock with a last booyah confirm. This was a tough set, but a very fun one at that. GG's to Titty. Losers round 6 against Nexus, the Rob player. Rob is actually a matchup I am very comfortable with most characters. Even though the little robot has a lot of projectiles, I always feel good playing against those. In friendlies or Elite Smash it can get pretty annoying, but in tournament play I always want to take my time and projectiles are a clear indicator for me to take the match slowly and don't rush too much in. You could kinda say they condition me to play better, except when it comes to heavies like DDD for some reason. The match started out very wild with me getting a huge combo on the Rob main, but Nexus also answered back with a lot of damage onto me. This whole first stock felt like a survival game and we both had a ridiculous amount of percent for our characters. Nexus was at 209% and I was sitting at 161%. Nobody wanted to go down, until finally I hit Nexus with a forward air just to go down shortly after against a weak hit of back air. The second stock was slightly in the Rob main's favor, but we both dealt over 100% to each other. Then Nexus got a beautiful gyro snipe on me while I tried to recover, resulting in my stock loss. But now it was my time to immediately answer back with a booyah to even it out again. On our last stock I got a huge combo going against Nexus, but then Nexus also got a combo of their own. This whole game 1 was like an RPG and we both took our turns hitting each other. We both were again over 100% and Nexus was on the ledge. I had their gyro in my hand and tried to hit them on the get up into one of my smash attacks. But of course the Rob player doesn't fall for their own tricks. I then charged my F smash to catch the landing of Nexus and barely outranged their nair, resulting in my victory in game 1. I don't know if you noticed it, but this was the first time I was actually in the lead in a set. Finally, I didn't have to make a comeback in a set and was sitting in a comfortable spot. This was huge. Nexus decided to go on Hollow Bastion for game 2. We were just trading blows after blows against each other and we both ended up again at over 100% on our first stock. Unfortunately for Nexus, they SD'd with the arm rotor, but got my stock shortly after with a quick down air spike. The Rob main was using the arm rotor, trying to predict my approach, but I was in time to shield it and answered back with my up tilt, getting Nexus into a juggle situation and predicting their neutral air landing with a nicely spaced forward smash.
If I don't mess up horribly, that should be it.
I carried this momentum onto the last stock of Nexus and inflicted more and more damage to them with good spacing and movement. They found themselves on already 157% before taking my stock with a back air. And wouldn't you know it, even though I had a very good lead, Nexus was able to close the gap even further and further with good usage of their projectiles and nicely spaced moves. Suddenly I was on the ledge with already 107%. I double jumped back on stage with a forward air and Nexus tried to intercept with a nair. However, my fair was a little bit faster and launched the Rob main away. And to top it all off, they lost their stock to bad DI, resulting in a 2-0 victory for me in this Losers Round 6. GG's to Nexus was a fun set. Losers Round 7 against Mr. Misfire, the Luigi main. For everybody who watched the 3-day Piranha Plant challenge, Mr. Misfire was the Luigi main who destroyed my run with Piranha Plant in the losers side. But this time I was prepared and ready to win the set. Once again, we found ourselves on Hollow Bastion. I didn't want to get caught by either Luigi's grab or his combo breaker tornado, so I tried to play very much around it and stuff out the Luigi player's approaches. and only pushed my combos as far as I believe is possible without getting hit by the tornado. With only 51% on my side, I already took the stock against Mr. Misfire, and the damage on the second stock was racking up as good as on the first stock. The keep away game was working wonders, and after catching Mr. Misfire's double jump with a splat bomb, I found myself in a very comfortable spot with a 2-stock lead against the Luigi main. This whole game 1 was working perfectly in my favor, and with one more forward smash I got Mr. Misfire off stage. Now all I had to do was pray for no misfire, and wouldn't you know it, luck was on my side and I won the first game very convincing with a JV3. Next match, Mr. Misfire was opting for small battlefield, and the second game was working out much better for them. They got a good amount of damage onto my Squiddy, but after I hit the Ink Roller I quickly took care of the first stock with another forward smash.
That was enough, nice.
One time I got a little bit too aggressive and Mr. Misfire let the tornado rip, and due to my bad DI I lost my first stock for it.
Oh, wrong DI. I thought I'm on the right side and have to DI right.
You can clearly see that the adaptation from Mr. Misfire was definitely there. I didn't want to gain unnecessary extra percent, and I did something many Smash players deem to be lame. I camped. But hear me out here. If you don't want to camp against Luigi and try to stuff his approaches out, you definitely deserve to lose as well. I know that Luigi just needs one good opening to take stocks at almost any percent, so I played extra careful. With tiny combos and chip damage, I got Mr. Misfire to over 150%, and one back air for the stage spike and no tech resulted in their stock loss. On their last stock, I damaged the Luigi main to 44% before going down to a dash attack from the ledge. It's still funny to me that this goofy Looney Tunes move is an actual kill move. We both were on our last stock, Mr. Misfire at 67% and I was at 0%. But you all know what happens at 0% against the Luigi. Mr. Misfire got the grab and let his combo go on. But the Luigi main was a few frames too late. I think this would have definitely killed me at my current percent, but I lucked out. At this scary moment I just wanted the match to end already. I couldn't afford another one of those, and wouldn't you know it, one quick down air into his baby Luigi was enough to secure game 2 and win the set against Mr. Misfire. I finally got my revenge from the Piranha Plant run. And not only that, after this set I was in top 8. I managed to get at least 7th in this tournament with my day 4 Inkling. But as we all know, it's not over until it's over. Let's get into the next set. Losers round 8 against Fairy Seal, the Shulk main. Maybe you remember Fairy Seal from a few of my tournament runs, not only from the 3-day challenge videos but also other tournament runs. They play a very good Shulk and the matches are always fun and close. The first match started on Pokemon Stadium 2, and Buster is immediately dealing a lot of damage to my Squid. But not only that, the Smash Monado into a back air is taking my stock at an early 106% from center stage. The Monado outs are a complete game changer. Even though I lost my stock very early compared to Fairy Seal's percent, I quickly answered back with a jab block into almost very Ink Roller and keeping the Shulk main offstage with a nair and fair to secure the stock. Even with Jump Monado, they can't make it back.
Yo, nice!
Both our second stock went to about 100% each when I got the grab on Fairy Seal. But here's the deal about Shulk. Even if Inkling has an up throw up air confirm, it means nothing when Shield Monado is available, and with that Fairy Seal even managed to take the stock before me. One jump catch with an up smash was enough though to even things out again in this game 1. The last stock was a back and forth with both racking up percent until we both had about 80%. Fairy Seal tried to edge guard me, but I got around it and was seeing myself in the advantage on stage. I used my Splat Bomb to force an option from Fairy Seal. But little did I know that I forced the wrong option and got caught by a Smash Monado counter, resulting in my stock loss at 75% from the other side of the stage. I am telling you all, Smash Monado is probably the most scary thing in Smash Ultimate. After I was already in top 8, I wanted to try out Battlefield for the first time as Inkling. A lot of players told me in the 3-day challenge that Battlefield is not really the best stage for Inkling, and something like Smashville, Hollow Bastion and Final Destination are better. But Battlefield has always been my favorite stage to play with any character, and this quick stock proves it that my comfort pick was the right choice. I already got a huge lead and Fairy Seal was in a bad position. They managed to inflict a lot of damage to me, but so was I as well, and I had a stock lead. Even though the Shulk player seemed to bring it slowly but surely back, I was having none of it and took their stock with a back air edge guard.
Yo, 2 stocks ahead!
I even held on to my first stock to get Fairy Seal on 68% before finally going down at 175% to a back air on the ledge.
Okay, yeah, he can have that, he can have that.
This is an almost impossible task to bring back for any player in this situation, but somehow Fairy Seal did a very good job and slowly but surely racked up more percent and bring me down to my last stock. Fairy Seal was in survival mode, and as you all know Shulk, he can survive long with the power of the Monado. It took me until 226% to finally get a grab on Fairy Seal and end the match with one final down throw.
Bro, he almost brought that back, Jesus.
This got awfully close at the very end. It was 1-1 now, and Fairy Seal picked Pokemon Stadium 2 as our last stage in the set. Right off the bat, they quickly damaged me to 102% with Buster Monado and a few aerials. I found a few good openings here and there and slowly climbed my way back up again to an even game. Fairy Seal then got into Smash Monado quickly and took care of my first stock with a simple forward throw. You know that the Monado arts are good, but sometimes they can also heavily backfire, like here, where I got the chair block and finished the stock off with a forward smash. On the second stock, I had a lot of trouble getting in on Fairy Seal. Before that, I was very confident in stuffing out approaches of my opponent. But Shulk has just more range than Inkling and can do this just better, which resulted in me getting more and more percent. On top of that, as soon as I get a hit in, Shield Monado can come up and destroy my advantage state in an instant. Basically, I have to get one opening and shortly after another opening to damage Fairy Seal more. We both found ourselves at over 100% on our second stock. Fairy Seal got the grab on me and threw me off stage. While I tried to recover, the Shulk main switched to Smash Monado. I was trying to roll in to avoid the forward air, however this thing is not only a forward air, it is also a back air and a down air. This move has an absurd amount of range and took my stock, but it didn't matter too much because I took Fairy Seal's stock quickly after this with a back air on the attack getup. We were both on our last stock now in a game 3 scenario. I was finally able to gain the lead in this last match and brought Fairy Seal all the way up to 102%, but against Shulk it is never over until it's over. Fairy Seal got me offstage with a jump Monado fair, and I knew what was coming. The Smash Monado to get an early stock. I tried to outmaneuver their edge guard and used a very low ink roller. I jumped from the ink roller, used a precise up B angle and tried to barely grab the ledge. However, I miscalculated and went a little bit too low, resulting in me losing my stock and ending my run. Was this a bad misplay? Maybe, but as you can see in the screenshot here, I think Fairy Seal would have gotten the 2-frame on me if I used a better angle onto the stage anyway. So in the end, it doesn't even matter. Fairy Seal was just a better player in this set and won fair and square. They went on to the next set and lost 2-1 against Koga Majin, a Kazuya main, and Fairy Seal got 5th in the tournament. And what about me? In my last run, I only went 1-2, resulting in me getting 17th place. However, this time I went 5-2 and got 7th, barely managing to pass top 8. Honestly, I'm more than happy with this run. There are a lot of things that I could do better with Inkling, but after all, this is what the challenge is all about. It's not about mastering a character, it's more about the learning process in only a few days, and I hope this video not only helped me, but also you in your training. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It would really mean a lot to me. Also, if you have any characters in your mind I could play next for the 3-day challenge, you can write them down in the YouTube comment section. I am Silentor, and thank you so much for watching.